When you get content, when you settle, somebody's chasing you, somebody's coming from behind, and somebody's trying to take your spot. And so every single day when you wake up, you gotta set new goals, new benchmarks. You gotta raise it higher and higher and higher so you can make your dreams become a reality.
No complacency. No complacency. No backing off. No slack whatsoever. Fight.
If you're a student in school, try harder, study harder, and focus more. You got this. That athlete that's out there, and you're not training how you're supposed to. Go 10, 15 minutes harder.
You have to work when no one's watching. You have to train like there is no tomorrow. You can improve just a little bit every day.
That's the effort you need to be great. We're all going through a battle in our mind. The biggest war you're ever going through is right between your own ears. It's in your mind. We're all going through a war in our mind, and we have to callous our mind to fight that war and to win that war. Our whole life is set up in the path of least resistance. We don't want to feel discomfort. So the whole time, we're living our lives in a very comfortable area. There's no growth in that. How you become a better person, how you gain mental toughness, how you become the person you want to be is constantly facing the things that you don't want to face. Once the mind knows you're not going to quit something, once it realizes you're not going to take the path of least resistance, you're going to stay here until it's done, it's going to try to find more.
You are the master of your own mind. Create that masterpiece. Be proud of yourself at the very end of it all.
Muhammad Ali worked his butt off. I remember that there was a sports writer that was there in the gym, and they asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't start counting until it hurts. He doesn't start counting his sit-ups until he feels pain. That's when he starts counting. That is working hard. It's all about the hard work that you put in. Work your ass off. There is no magic pill. There is no magic out there. When people say we don't have the time, we have 24 hours a day. Imagine if you would work on the business that you want to develop every day for an hour. Imagine how further along you will go and get. Don't keep me this thing, I don't have time for this and I don't have that. You have time. You make the time.
Just ask yourself this week, do people know you for your work ethic? Are people like, man, you work hard? Are people actually commenting about you showing up early and staying late? Because if they're not, you're just blending in with everybody else's work ethic. At the end of the day, talent will not win the game. It is work ethic that will win the game.
You gotta get gritty, man. You gotta develop some dog in you. You gotta get dirty, you gotta get your feelings hurt, you gotta get disappointed, you gotta get told no, but in order to get the life of convenience, you gotta have a very uncomfortable life. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Every time you practice, you don't care what the circumstances, what the situation is, every single time you give it 120%. It doesn't mean you're gonna score every time, but you can always give 120% effort.
One of the things that we have to do as we're pursuing our dreams and our goals is that we have to know that failure is not an option. You've got to tell yourself, despite the circumstances, the situation, I'm not going anywhere until I get the goal. Until I make my dreams become a reality, I'm not quitting. I don't care how much money I have to invest. I don't care how much time I have to invest. I'm going to continue to do this until I become successful. Every time I stand up here and do what I'm doing, all I can remember was sleeping in abandoned buildings. That's all I could think about. But I kept trying, and I kept trying, and I kept going. I was consistent, and I'm standing here today. Every single day when I come, I show up and I let failure know failure is not an option. You can't even let it sink into your brain, not even a second. You have to know that this thing is going to work. Come hell or high water, whatever it is that I set out to do, it may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen in a year, it may not happen in 2 years, but at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.